Welcome to my channel StarWire Daily. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates. Picture this. You're 22 years old. You've just landed the lead role in one of the most beloved stories ever told. Steven Spielberg himself chose you from over 30,000 auditions. The world is watching. The red carpets are calling your name. And then, everything falls apart. Welcome back to StarWire Daily, where Hollywood's biggest secrets come to light. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into one of the most shocking entertainment stories of the year. A story about Rachel Zegler, a young woman who went from unknown teenager to Disney princess to, well, let's just say the journey took some unexpected turns. Because here's the thing nobody saw coming. While Rachel's latest theatrical release was being called one of the biggest box office disasters in recent memory, something incredible was happening behind the scenes. Something that would completely flip the narrative on its head and prove that in today's entertainment landscape, the rules of success have been completely rewritten. You see, Rachel Zegler's so-called failure just achieved something that billion-dollar blockbusters can only dream of. And the industry insiders? They're absolutely stunned. Let's start from the beginning, because Rachel's story is far more complex than the headlines would have you believe. Born in New Jersey to a Colombian mother and Polish-American father, Rachel and Zegler was just another theater kid posting covers on YouTube when destiny came knocking. But even destiny, it seems, comes with a price. In 2018, Rachel was working at a movie theater, yes, selling popcorn and cleaning up after midnight screenings, when she decided to post a Twitter video of herself singing Shallow from A Star Is Born. The video went viral overnight. Suddenly, this unknown teenager had caught the attention of Hollywood's biggest names. But viral fame, as we've learned time and time again, is a double-edged sword. Steven Spielberg was casting for his West Side Story remake, and after seeing Rachel's video, he knew he had found his Maria. Out of 30,000 hopefuls, Rachel Zegler was chosen to lead one of the most anticipated films of the decade. The girl who was cleaning movie theaters was now going to star in them. But here's where the fairy tale takes its first dark turn. West Side Story, despite its critical acclaim and Rachel's Golden Globe win, barely made back its production budget. The pandemic hit just as the film was gaining momentum, and suddenly Rachel found herself associated with what many were calling a commercial disappointment. The whispers started. Was she box office poison? Had Spielberg made a mistake? Then came the Snow White controversy. Oh, where do we even begin with Snow White? When Disney announced Rachel as their new Snow White, the internet exploded. Not with excitement, but with criticism. Every statement she made was dissected, analyzed, and often taken out of context. The backlash was swift and merciless. Social media became a battlefield, and Rachel was caught in the crossfire. Industry insiders began questioning whether Rachel had the star power to carry major franchises. Articles were written about her problematic statements. The PR machine went into overdrive, but sometimes when you're drowning in negative press, even the best damage control can't save you. But Rachel Zegler is tougher than Hollywood gave her credit for. While the entertainment media was writing her obituary, she was quietly building something they didn't see coming. Enter Spellbound, an animated musical that seemed like just another Netflix project. No major theatrical release. No massive marketing campaign. No red carpet premieres. Just a quiet drop on the streaming platform that many assumed would disappear into the endless scroll of content. But something extraordinary happened. Something that proves everything we thought we knew about modern success is completely wrong. Within its first week on Netflix, Spellbound didn't just find an audience, it exploded. The viewing numbers weren't just good, they were phenomenal. We're talking about engagement metrics that made executives do double takes. The kind of numbers that usually only come with major theatrical releases backed by hundreds of millions in marketing. Here's what makes this absolutely mind-blowing. Spellbound achieved higher cumulative viewing hours in its first month than several recent theatrical releases that grossed over $2 billion worldwide achieved in their entire streaming runs. Let that sink in for a moment. A so-called box office failure was outperforming the biggest blockbusters of recent years on the platform that increasingly matters most. The algorithm loved it. Families were binge-watching it. Social media was buzzing with genuine appreciation, not manufactured controversy. Rachel's vocal performance was being praised by critics who had previously dismissed her. The songs were trending on TikTok. Children were learning the lyrics. Parents were admitting they enjoyed it too. And suddenly, those same industry insiders who had written Rachel off were asking a very different question. Had they completely misunderstood what success looks like in 2025? Because here's what Spellbound proved that no one wanted to admit. Theatrical box office numbers are becoming increasingly irrelevant. The real battle for entertainment supremacy is happening in living rooms, on tablets, on phones during commutes. Rachel Zegler had just won a war that most people didn't even know was being fought. Netflix executives weren't just pleased, they were ecstatic. The streaming numbers for Spellbound represented the kind of engagement that translates directly into subscriber retention and growth. This wasn't just a successful animated film. It was a cultural phenomenon that happened to bypass traditional metrics entirely. And Rachel? Well, she handled her vindication with the same grace she'd shown during her lowest moments. No I told you so posts. No shade thrown at her critics. Just genuine gratitude and excitement about the project she'd poured her heart into. But this story is about more than just one young woman's comeback. It's about the seismic shift happening in entertainment right now. The old gatekeepers are losing their power. The traditional metrics of success are becoming obsolete. A film can flop at the box office and still become the most watched content of the year. Rachel Zegler's journey from theater employee to Golden Globe winner to box office poison to streaming superstar is the perfect encapsulation of this new reality. She didn't just survive the transition, she thrived in it. Think about it. While established stars with decades of experience were struggling to adapt to the changing landscape, a 22-year-old who'd been written off by the industry was quietly mastering it. Spellbound wasn't just Rachel's redemption story. It was a masterclass in understanding where entertainment is heading. The numbers don't lie. When Spellbound surpassed the streaming performance of films that had dominated global box offices, it sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Suddenly, agents were calling. Studios were reconsidering. The same executives who had been hesitant to greenlight Rachel for major projects were now wondering if they'd missed the boat entirely. And here's the beautiful irony. While critics were focused on traditional box office metrics, Rachel was building something far more valuable, a genuine connection with audiences. Spellbound succeeded because it was authentic, because Rachel's performance came from a place of real emotion and experience. You can't manufacture that kind of connection, no matter how much money you throw at marketing. The girl who once cleaned movie theaters had just proven that in the new entertainment landscape, authenticity trumps everything. Heart trumps hype. Real talent trumps manufactured controversy. But perhaps the most remarkable part of this entire story is how Rachel herself has evolved through it all. The young woman who was once devastated by online criticism has emerged stronger, more confident, and seemingly unshakable. She's learned to navigate the treacherous waters of modern fame while staying true to herself. Industry veterans are now studying this Spellbound phenomenon, trying to understand how a project with modest expectations became a streaming juggernaut. The answer, it seems, lies in something the entertainment industry often forgets. Sometimes the best stories come from the most unexpected places. Rachel Zegler's box office failure, surpassing billion-dollar blockbusters on streaming, isn't just a feel-good comeback story. It's a glimpse into the future of entertainment. It's proof that the rules have changed, that success can look completely different than we ever imagined. And for a young woman who started by singing covers in her bedroom and serving popcorn at her local cinema, that might just be the most beautiful plot twist of all. The entertainment industry will never be the same. And honestly, after following Rachel Zegler's incredible journey, I wouldn't have it any other way. What do you think about Rachel's streaming success? Does this change how we should measure success in Hollywood? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love diving deep into this story as much as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes Hollywood secrets. Trust me, there are so many more stories like this waiting to be told, and I can't wait to share them with you. Until next time, Keep watching the stars.